Hello and welcome back to my podcast. In this video, in this podcast, I will be talking about a topic that has been haunting me for so long. But before I get into the actual main topic, let's talk about how this podcast will be put on hold for a good couple weeks, maybe even a month. I'm not really sure. I'm been focusing more on my main channel, and two, I'm putting my streaming and the second channel, the podcasting, on hold. I'll be putting everything on hold for a while, but it's not canceled. It's not anything. I'm just putting it on hold and until I get like better equipment. I'm getting a new gaming computer, and so I'm gonna wait until I get that before making new podcast videos, episodes and stuff, and even streaming. So do not worry, it is not being abandoned. That's funny because of the topic we're talking about. Yeah. Anyways, I still will be streaming on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/JarveyRocks, but at the moment I'm putting everything on hold and putting the second channel on hold, and I'm putting streaming on hold until I get a new computer and stuff. So I have not abandoned this channel. I have not abandoned. Just sorry. I've not abandoned this channel, and I will continue making content for it. Do not worry about that. So let's talk about the main topic. Now, I will say, back in 2021, I made content talking about this particular game, and I even have the trailer of the game popped up. So we're gonna have the trailer playing. This trailer was posted on the PlayStation YouTube channel, but it was also posted on their blog, and they made an entire blog post talking about this game. And it wasn't just like a trailer, because PlayStation posts this was in like 2021. It was uploaded April 7th, 2021, and it's not like something like, because we had trailers like was the game called The Life of the Black Tiger or something like that. It was this terrible game, and it was a very bad game. But PlayStation posted the trailer on the YouTube channel, and they do that. If a company, indie studio or whatever company wants them to post a trailer, they will post the trailer, because that's what they do. They're there to advertise and stuff. But they don't normally post a blog about these small indie games, especially if it's just like a very, very small indie developer like Blue Box Game Studios, which is the developer of Abandon. Air quotes, developer. So this is like a little teaser, and says work in progress, does not represent final quality, all images captured on a PS5 and early development. And literally, if you're just listening to this and not actually watching this, the trailer is literally just Unreal Engine assets. It is an asset environment that you can buy, and it's just a spooky woods. It's just a gray looking spooky woods. That's all this trailer is. There is nothing to this. It is just Unreal Engine, just shots of a forest with this gray looking filter on it, and I think that is the actual environment. It's like a snowy, foresty environment. We do get footage of what looks like a first-person camera. Very kind of reminds me of like Resident Evil 7 and its movement and stuff. And we just get, most of this trailer is just like environments and stuff of this asset you can buy on the Unreal Engine store, which was just the Unreal Engine store at the time. But I also believe this was You can probably still buy it on Fab or something, which is the new Unreal Engine store front. But they have this scene, they have this little shot where it's just a bunch of trees and then this wood wall. It's not the wood wall, this brick wall, and it has graffiti on it that says "Kill the trespasser," and the is covered up by a small tree. But we see this shot, and most of this trailer is just like environment shots. It's just shots of the environment and all that. And then you have a sign that says God's Town, and it's just this environment. And I will say, I do believe there is narration in this trailer and stuff. Like I will play the trailer in full. Let me see.
Let me tell you a story, a true story, a story that could overcome to all of us. Imagine waking up at a place far, far away from home, away from your loved ones, away from friends, away from safety, trying to understand how you got there. No one there to guide you, no one there to assist you, no food, no water. You've got nothing to survive. But the complicated part is, well, you're a prey. A powerless, thirsty, and a weak prey of a strong, blood-loving community led by a religious nutjob, a false prophet that will do anything for power, anything for wealth. And when you realize this, you know it's the end. Your end. But you will never accept this. You will fight for a way out.
Sorry, I did mute my mic there for a minute, but I wasn't talking. Yeah, there's that narration and like, oh, you will fight, you will, and it's basically is trying to sound like a, it is trying to sound like there's some kind of like story about like you have to fight this cult and stuff. But honestly, I don't know what the story of this. I don't even know if the creator knows what the story of this is, because it's just like so crazy of how like I don't think he knows what this game is. I don't think he knows what this game will be. If he does ever actually make this into a real game. And the trailer ends again. It says Q4 2021. Welcome to 2026. This game has not released, and it ends with a shot of the character camera in this Unreal Engine environment holding a gun and walking, and the camera it's very shaky, but it does remind me of Resident Evil 7, like how the gun placement is and stuff. It very much reminds me of Resident Evil 7, and I'm wondering if he saw Resident Evil 7 and he took a little inspiration and he was like, oh my gosh, I want to make a game like that. But you know, he is I'm gonna say he's a lazy developer. I do believe he sees himself as a Kojima type. And it says gameplay reveal coming soon at the end. That never happened. But let's go back to when this was announced. This was being shown. Everyone on YouTube was talking about it. Everyone was making conspiracy videos. But the main channel that talked about it a lot was this YouTube channel that I'm trying to look up who it is, but they were a PlayStation YouTube channel, and they constantly would talk about PlayStation news and stuff. Their channel is called I'll put it up here. MBG. And they were the first to say, what if this game, like they saw the trailer and they saw, like, why is PlayStation making a blog? Because again, PlayStation made a big blog about this. They were talking about the game and how hyped the game is going to be, talking about Blue Box Studios as a new studio. And MBG was like, why is PlayStation talking about this? Why? Like, why are they talking about this? Like, I don't, this is, there's nothing special because we saw the trailer, and, or at least like how I described the trailer, it was not special. There was nothing special to it. Absolutely nothing. It was just nothing. It was just an asset. It was all it is. It was just an asset, and there was nothing special. And so I was like, why is PlayStation talking about this? Like, why is PlayStation make this a big deal? And MBG was like, what if this is Hideo Kojima and it's Silent Hill's returning? Like, because Hideo Kojima has done it before. If you remember back in the before the announcement of Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain, Hideo Kojima did a fake reveal where he pretended to be this random developer making a horror game about the Phantom Pain, and I'm playing it in the background. They released a trailer, and it was just called The Phantom Pain, and people speculated that it was a Metal Gear Solid 5 game, because even you can even see in the trailer, like, you see the words Metal Gear kind of slightly show up, but it's edited to where it's not really there. And this game was being developed by a studio called Moby Dick Studio, and it was a new indie game. And Jeff Keighley did the interview and talked to this developer, and the guy was a guy who was, it's really hard to, like, he had a burn. He said he was in an accident or something, and he wore this fucking, like, bandages on his face during the interview, which I think is funny, since, like, it's just a random actor. It's not actually Hideo Kojima under the bandages. So it was just a random actor. And even in the interview, Jeff Keighley's playing the joke, and the joke is like, oh, this really isn't an actual, like, a horror game or anything. Like, this is really Metal Gear Solid, and it's very like tongue in cheek. Like, it's very like, ooh, yeah, we know what this is. We're just making a little joke, and it was Hideo Kojima being like, oh, silly, like making the reveal of this is not really, like, this is like an indie game or something. And it was revealed to be Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. And then something else happened. During one of the PlayStation events, during one of the no, it was a Gamescom event. Yeah, Gamescom 2014. During one of the PlayStation press conference Gamescom events, there was a reveal, and I'm trying to find it. Trying to find the video. Like, it was announced immediately. Like, the reveal was announced immediately after their footage of Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Like, we just got done watching Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain footage, there's ads, so I'm not cut. Therefore, I haven't cut to it yet, but I'm cutting to it now. So this is the Gamescom event, and we see footage of Metal Gear Solid 5 and the stealth mechanics and all that, and then we see Snake hiding in a PS4 box, and then it cuts to this trailer by 7780 Studio, 7780 Studio, and it's like this spooky trailer, this very indie horror game, and we don't get the reveal, and it's like just this guy walking down the street, and it says where you decipher the enigma. Anyways, so we see the trailer, we see the famous PT hallway, and it's like experience the world's first interactive teaser. And it's saying it's a teaser, it's saying it's called PT. And this was announced immediately after Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, gameplay showcase. And then we see reactions to the gameplay. And what was PT revealed to be? This Gamescom, Sony press conference, they very much were saying like, this is like a indie developer. You can play the taser for yourself, and then people played it, and people figured out it was a teaser for Silent Hills. So, and this one wasn't like tongue in cheek, like, oh, this is a obviously fake announcement for a real game. No, this one was played like straight, like this is a new studio run by a new indie studio making a new horror game. And people were like, oh, that's cool, that's interesting. And then a streamer played it, and they figured out, they beat the demo, and they found out it was Silent Hills, a playable teaser for a new game directed by Hideo Kojima with help from Guillermo del Toro. And this was a new Silent Hill game from Hideo Kojima. And so many people thought this is what Abandon was. It was Hideo Kojima playing, doing what he does all the time, and like messing around, like joking and stuff, like, oh my gosh, we're an indie studio and stuff. But it wasn't just that, and I'm gonna use Yang Ye's video of his what we're talking about today. But he would make tweets. Blue Box Game Studio would make tweets like referring to the game being I'm trying to find the specific tweets because I want you to be clear of what this developer was doing. And I'm trying to find the tweets and stuff. So bear with me. I do apologize. This is very like I don't think the tweet's actually up anymore. I could be wrong. I think in the video he was referring to an article, so let me see. It says what was going on with Abandon. What do people think? Like there was a tweet that they posted on their Twitter from Blue Box Game Studio, and it was saying something like So Abandon is not the game's real title. Abandon is not the game's real title. And it was like the real title starts with an S and ends with an L. And it's like, what else could they be implying? Like, it's Silent Hill, right? And they were very much playing into it. They very much were playing into this whole conspiracy about the game being Silent Hill and stuff. Here we go. Here's the article. Original article, Blue Box got a lot of sympathy for unwittingly being dragged into a non-existent Hideo Kojima ruse. But this teasing will do it no favors if it turns out to be a gag, blah, blah, blah. The Dutch developer working on a PlayStation 5 survival game, Abandon, sent out a message on Twitter this evening which raised eyebrows. Guess the name. Abandon equals first letter S, last letter L, reveal coming soon. They very much were playing into this game is secretly Silent Hills. And not just that, they have an image, like they posted an image of a tweet that was literally just it was just a blurred version of their snake, like Solid Snake, and it was so obvious. I'm trying to find it because he does actually show it in this video. Here it is. This is something they posted talking about the real-time experience app, and it was an app they developed and stuff, which I will talk about. And it shows like you can see this is a blurred image, and then the blurred image it has Abandoned real-time experience. But you see a blurred image of a person in the back with an eye patch. Like a blurred image, like he has a little beard and stuff, he got an eye patch. This is very much trying to look like Solid Snake, or, Snake and stuff, like Big Boss. It's supposed to look like Big Boss, specifically. I said Solid Snake, but it's Big Boss. I know, a fucking dumbass. It's who I am. But it's trying to be fucking Big Boss. Hassan is the name of the developer, and we do see his face in this video, which I've shown many times. Here it is. This is what he looks like. And in this video, it was an update video saying, I don't work with... He constantly would post on Twitter, he made a video like this, saying he does not work for Hideo Kojima. This game is just an indie game. Please stop comparing us to Hideo Kojima and stuff like that. But they would make a tweet like first letter S ends in L. What? You are very much playing into this Silent Hill conspiracy. You are very much playing into this. I cannot give you sympathy if you are very much trying to trick people into thinking this is a Silent Hill game. And I will say, when I first heard about Abandon and I saw the video from MBG and I saw people talking about it, I did not believe it at first. But then I constantly kept on seeing the tweets, and then I constantly kept on seeing people talk about it. People make videos and stuff, and then I slowly began to be a part of this hype, of this thing where this is really a Silent Hill game. Maybe not Hideo Kojima, but maybe like Bloober Team or something, because there was rumors of Bloober Team working on a Silent Hill remake or just a new game in general, which later was revealed to be true. Silent Hill 2 remake did exist, and it was developed by Bloober Team, and it's been released. But again, 2021 was a year where we haven't seen Silent Hill for a long time. The last game was Downpour, and I believe that game released in 2010. Or 2012. I think it was 2012. And then we got, like, I think in 2014, no, 2013, 2014, whatever, Silent Hill Book of Memories for the PSP. But that wasn't really, that was a spin-off, like, dungeon crawler roguelike. And it was not like Silent Hill. Downpour was the last, like, mainline Silent Hill game that was very close to at least what classic Silent Hill was. A lot of people, I liked the game, but a lot of people didn't and stuff. But so like we could agree that it was more close to the original Silent Hill than Book of Memories was, which was a dungeon crawler roguelike. Like what? And then we got in 2014 PT, which was a teaser for Silent Hill. So we've waited for so long for something new, Silent Hill, and when there was rumors when this new game Abandon was to be like a Hideo game or a game that is in the Silent Hill universe, we very much jumped onto that. And again, I didn't believe the hype when I first heard about it, but I did get slowly sucked into the hype. And I will say, when I posted videos on Abandon and stuff, when I posted videos on Abandon, my videos, like my first ever video, got 910 views, which was one of my most like viewed videos that I've ever like had on the channel. I was like, holy shit, so many people are watching this. Oh my gosh. But then I had a video that was leaked audio with Hassan Reveals It All, and I found this channel like I think I do talk about it in the description. I found this channel called Jade Voiceovers. No, the channel was called Daughter of a Bitch, which was that was the name of the YouTube channel. Daughter of a Bitch with an exclamation point as the I for bitch. Or on Twitter, they're known as Jade Voiceovers. And I found this information of Hassan. It was a leaked audio of Hassan talking about how Abandon didn't start out as a Silent Hill game, but it might become one. And in this video got 7,915 views. This was my most viewed video. And it's no longer public. It is unlisted, but you can watch it through a playlist on my main channel. But this was one of my most viewed videos on the channel. Like, ever. 7,915. And I was so happy to get so much people talking on this video and people liking it, disliking it, just watching the video. It was absolutely incredible. And of course, these videos did very well on my channel, and I will say I loved that. I love that. I truly do regret being a part of this hype and making videos talking about this bullshit. But I am happy that I got like these viewership, these numbers. I absolutely am happy about that. Like, absolutely happy about that. But let's go back to that leaked audio. And this video has the leaked audio, and I'm going to play it for you. I'm going to mute my mic, and I'm going to play the whole thing in full.
As well.
Yeah.
Apparently, like, maybe I don't think they have big plans with Silent Hill. Maybe that's the reason why they try to give us the IP usage. Yeah. But we'll have to see because, as I mentioned, we're a small studio, so it depends on what they're asking, so yeah, we just have to see. But so that's why we don't want to, announce this just yet because nothing is 100% confirmed. But yeah, I have to say that, if this is confirmed and if we announce this, then yeah, people would go really, really wild with this.
Well, yeah, it'd be funny to sort of circle back around, and it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. People dreamed of it so much that it comes true in the end, just through the fervor surrounding it.
Yeah, it's actually because of these rumors that led to this. So that's
Wow.
some,
Hope that wasn't a jump scare. What the hell was that? That was a weird fucking like do. The fuck? So yeah, in that audio, it's like an interview and stuff, and it was leaked and stuff. But he is very much saying like Konami talked to him to make this abandoned game into Silent Hill, which is not true at all. This was an absolute lie. This was a lie, and he only says this because he knew it was going to be leaked, and he knew it was going to cause more hype around this game. Konami already was in talks with other developers to develop Silent Hill 2 Remake, Silent Hill F, freaking Townfall, and Silent Hill Ascension, which was terrible, Silent Hill The Short Message, and a Silent Hill movie. They already had large brands, so why would they go to this small indie developer who is cashing in on their name and their IP to turn his game that doesn't even exist at this point, even though he's making people believe it does, and turn it into a Silent Hill game? That's not how Konami runs things. I mean, it probably would have been back in like 2010 and stuff, but now I think they want everything to be started out as a Silent Hill project from the beginning. And this whole like interview and stuff, like this whole thing was absolutely just dumb and stupid and was a fucking mess. Like it really, really was like a mess. But he went on Twitter. And he was talking about this real-time experience app. And it would constantly talk about how we get ready for the real-time experience app. It's going to show you the full trailer, and it's an app you had to download onto PlayStation, on the PlayStation storefront. And I still have the app. I very much still have it installed. I'm not installed, but I still have it. Like, I can download and play it. Actually, let's see how long it takes for me to install it, and I'll show it firsthand. If it takes a good few seconds, I'll show it on this video. It says 19 minutes. So 12 minutes and stuff. Let's see how long it takes to install it, and then I'll show it on this video, on this podcast. But he posted on Twitter and stuff that you could preload this real-time experience app. You download it, and you would download it and stuff, and you would like experience the trailers in their engine in real time, so we wouldn't be compressed and stuff. You will experience the trailers firsthand in real time. So Blue Box, before the launch of the app, because they were having some technical difficulties and stuff to update the app and stuff, they would post this teaser, this little clip, and everyone thought it was a clip of the full trailer. And it says, "Are you ready?" question mark. And it shows a guy. It shows a shot of a wood floor, and in the top corner there's like some kind of blanket covering something, and then we see a guy in a green shirt, which a lot of people compared to how Murphy looked in downpour, guy in a green shirt and blue jeans just walking to the other side of the room to a door. And that was all this clip was. And people were like, okay, so this is like a little clip with a full trailer. And it might not install on time, so instead I'm just going to use Yang Year's video. Like they were having some difficulties and stuff, like the patch is now live, they're said. So now you can access the short introduction teaser for the app along with its announcements. And the app was this. It was a menu, and you had trailers, which was the introduction, available now. Then you had available soon, the cinematic reveal trailer, then you have the trailer, the release trailer, the gameplay demos, and all that. And you can see in the introduction trailer, you can see a door. This is very much trying to make you think this is PT, because this is obviously trying to look like the PT door. It's very like blurry and stuff. It's trying to very much look like the PT door. And even though Abandon is not the spiritual successor to PT from Hideo Kojima is working on an actual spiritual successor, which I do want to talk about before we get into the main thing. I think you would probably think it's a side tangent, but it's not. Hideo Kojima is working on a PT assessor of his own, which I'm very excited for. It looks absolutely incredible. And when he revealed that he's working on the game OD, which is the name of the game, he revealed it coming out of a PT-looking door. But this is the teaser trailer, and the teaser trailer begins with a shot of a door. Like, it's trying to tell you, like, this is the spiritual successor to PT, and even says 10 years since the horror PT, like, it even says this is PT. I think it's in the comments where someone did decipher that text in the beginning. 10 years since the groundbreaking horror demo PT. So very much it is trying, and you can even see the little lines right here and stuff. And the teaser is very much like trying to be PT. It's trying to play off of PT and the horror experience of PT and stuff. And it looks like a good horror game. It's being directed by Hideo Kojima. It's also being directed by Jordan Peele, who is doing basically what Hideo Kojima has described this is to be like an anthology game or something. Not like an anthology thing where he makes the game and then Jordan Peele makes the movie, which there would be like a movie side thing, I'm guessing. That's how he makes it sound like. It's going to be like multiple directors giving their own vision on what OD is to them or something. I'm not really sure. But this trailer was very creepy. It's very spooky. We see worms coming out of the candle. We see this baby candle head, which is a weird candle, is melting with blood and stuff. We see worms coming out of that candle. Very creepy. And then we see the actress from the movie It. I don't know her name. And there's a creature coming out from the door and stuff. And then you hear like the radioactive like counter noise you hear from those radioactive counters and stuff. Those they make the beepy noise. And it's a cool looking trailer. It's a cool looking game. So if you're wanting a Hideo Kojima PT spiritual successor, do not worry. We do have it. It's coming out. It's going to be released. It's not fucking abandoned. Anyways, let's go back to the real-time experience app. The real-time experience app only had one introduction teaser. And again, it's trying to be PT. You can see by the door and shit. And you just get the welcome to. I'm going to just play it from like a different YouTube video. So, give me a minute. Because I'm going to play the whole thing. I'm just going to play the whole thing. And I watched this live. I did my own live stream and stuff. I played this for myself. Banned in real-time experience app. So Blue Box Game Studio, you see the text, and then you get an option for your language. You pick that, and it says the application does not contain playable content. It is intended to show off the trailers and gameplay demos in real time using the PS5 hardware for this app. So this is an interesting idea for an app or thing to show your trailers in real time, and you can either play them or something. It's very interesting. And then you play the only thing that's available, which is the introduction video. And again, you remember that clip Blue Box posted of the man walking? Remember that. Welcome to the real-time experience, is what the trailer says. Demonstrating content in real time. Oh my gosh. Well, what could it be? It's the fucking clip from Twitter of the man walking to the other side of the room. But this time in real-time experience. Trailer coming soon. My God. Really? And then it shows a blurry room with a desk in the corner and a blurry door. It's trying to be Pete T. Trying to make you think this is Pete T. I do not feel bad for Hassan. I don't feel bad for Hassan. He very much was trying to trick everyone into thinking this was Silent Hill. He very much was trying to play into the crowd who wants a new Silent Hill game. He was very much trying to play into this crowd. He was very much trying to manipulate and trick. This is not a developer you feel bad for. This is not a scam per se, because it might be a scam too, because I was apparently funded by PlayStation and stuff. Like investors were giving them money. But there was not a game, because we found out, and I will get the article that talks about it. The real story of Abandon. Game. Let's put game. Because let's see. Oh, nope. I don't like how that website looks. I cannot find it. But there was an article, I think, by Jason. I can't remember his name. It was the article, and it was talking about how Abandon, there's nothing. The developer is spending all his time going on his servers, like a Discord server and stuff, and just playing and friending people on the server, mostly children, and playing Rainbow Six Siege. That was all he was doing. He was not developing the game, and instead he was getting the kids to talk about the game, and not just kids, but a lot of people were getting to talk about the game and being like, "Oh my gosh, like give me some ideas," and they would play Rainbow Six Siege, and he would spend all his time just playing Rainbow Six Siege, and he wasn't actually working on a game. He genuinely wasn't working on the game. It was literally nothing. There was nothing. This wasn't a story. This was a guy who was like, truly, this is a developer. I do believe he believes himself to be an actual developer, and I do believe he had an idea for a video game or something. He had an idea to do a horror game, because it wasn't just that, like it wasn't just Abandon that the studio abandoned. Like, it wasn't just that. Someone on Reddit did an entire history of Blue Box Game Studio. They made a game for a thing called the Rewind plus the Lost Tapes. It was trademarked, and then they were talking about releasing a playable teaser, and it's been delayed, and there was a release date, and then they posted it on the screen, Steam Greenlight, when that was still a thing. Steam Greenlight was when Steam would basically have developers put up their game, and it would be voted to see if it was worthy to be on Steam. Well, eventually Steam realized that was a bad decision, because a lot of people basically paid people to do it, and then it was a lot of bullshit. So now Steam just asks you to spend $100 and you can have your game released on Steam. But then they had a Kickstarter, and that I don't think got backed, but I'm not really sure. I think it did get backed. And then the demo got delayed, and then we see prototypes of Rewind, and then and then the Kickstarter was canceled. It was canceled, and it says to be funded by a private investor. And the problem is the game never released. It got constantly new trailers and stuff, and it never released. Then you got The Whisperer, which is another game, but it was then known as Rewind, which was changed into The Whisperer, and it constantly was talking about open world, and there'd be a demo soon, and guess what? The demo never happened. Then they released another game, which was an app and stuff, and it was an app that was released. And a lot of the games that they did release, they had a Rewind mobile game. The games that did release and stuff were broken mess. They did have a game called The Haunting. This is a game which was supposed to be like a Fatal Frame like game, and you can still find it on PlayStation and Steam, and it did release an early access version. The game was so broken and so bad that it was absolutely it was broken. It was a broken game, and people did not like it. People criticized it. People reviewed it, and they eventually removed it. And then they said that they're giving the development to another studio, but they were going to move on and focus on Abandon, they said, but it turned out the other studio was just owned by Hassan. So it was Hassan saying he's giving it to another studio, which is just him giving it to himself. This other studio things exist, and it basically, Hassan has a long history of making games. Has a long history of announcing games, more say. He has a long history of announcing games, but never actually making them. And if he does release something, it is a broken, unplayable mess. Hassan, I do believe, wants to be a game developer. I do believe he wants to release something. I do believe he does want to be a game developer and stuff. But I think he has a problem of announcing things too soon, being incompetent, and having too big of an ego, and also just fucking not, and being lazy. I do think it's a little bit of laziness as well. So why am I talking about this? Because this is a thing that has haunted me for so long. This thing constantly finds a way to come back into my life. I made the videos on YouTube and they got a good amount of views, and at the time I was proud of those videos. Now I look back at them and going, I wish I never talked about this fucking thing ever. I wish I never talked about Abandon. I truly wish I never did, because it might have not been a scam for me, but it was a scam like for my money and stuff, but it was a scam of my time. It was a waste of time, and oh my god, I fucking hated that I ever like talked about this, gave this attention. So I guess I'm proud of the views, not proud of the content itself, like talking about this. But Abandon is back. That's why I'm making this. Abandon is back. Well, what do you mean Abandon is back? Well, apparently people are still friends with her son on PlayStation, because says the controversial PS5 exclusive horror game that went viral 5 years ago seems to be making a comeback. What do you mean? So it was speculated to be the blah 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 Silent Hill. We talked about that. Anyways, as reported by Push Square, since this article is by Game Rant, as reported by Push Square, former Hassan Carmen's PlayStation Network profile has seemingly implied that Abandon is making a comeback, and you can see Abandon Gospels of Blood, a title not currently available on PlayStation. Push Square speculates that the game appearance on his profile may be for testing purposes, and expresses doubt that this news would lead to the game's inevitable release. So back in the Abandon days, Hassan would constantly be playing a game called Abandon. And every time, if you were friends with him, you would see Abandon, Abandon, Abandon. Because he has, I do believe he generally does have dev kits and stuff. And so but he, at one point, was playing a game that was just like a fucking random title. I can't remember what it was called. It was just a stupid fucking title, and he said it was a game he made for his cousin or something. So why the fuck are you playing it on a dev kit then? He does this to get attention, so people can see and stuff. And I'm done with this. I'm done. Truly, just truly, like, holy shit. If this game releases, I'll definitely play it. I definitely will play it. But I don't think it will release. I truly don't. I don't think this game exists, because I just don't. I think Hassan is too incompetent of a developer to actually release this. And if it does release, I'll play it, and it better be fucking good. It better be the best game I've ever played in my life. It better change my life, because that's the only way I can see this being good. Because I think this is just going to be complete and total dog shit. Because of the history with it and stuff, I just don't think it's gonna be good. And I just release the fucking thing. Because on Twitter he would always be like, oh, would you like to see us do behind the scenes stuff? But yes, prove the game exists. But he always have an excuse like, well, I don't think we're gonna do that, because I think people will just be like, well, this is what the final product looks like. And I'm like, no, they fucking won't. We just want to know the game exists. And I just still don't believe it exists. But who knows? We'll probably see until the game is released and I can play it. Then I'll be like, okay, it exists. I don't think that's ever going to happen. And guess what? Decided to install while I ended the podcast. It is Abandon. And this is the real-time experience app I was talking about earlier on. So I thought, you know what? I'll throw this in and actually show you the app while I'm playing it. But this is what it is. It's the experience Experience a cinematic story and realistic gameplay. Prologue. Let's open it. There's the PT door. So let's open it. Blue box. Game Studios. Oh my gosh. And then it asks you, what do you want? I will pick English. Then it tells you all this. The application does not contain any playable content. It's intended to demonstrate the blah 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 upcoming trailers and gameplay. And here it is. The menu. Real time by the PS5. You got the introduction. You got the cinematic reveal trailer. You got the trailer, the release date trailer, and you get to play gameplay demonstration number 1 and number 2. You can see some toggle news. You can't do shit because there's no fucking news. And all you can do is just watch the introduction video. Let's watch it in real time 4K. Welcome to the real-time experience. Oh, demonstrating content in real time. Yes, please. Oh my god, look at this real-time footage of a man walking. He's just fucking walking. Trailer coming soon. Trailer coming soon. And it's the blurry door. The blurry door. My gosh. Playable prologue coming soon. All excited. Excited. Reminder, this released in 2021. We gotta watch it again. Let's watch it again. My gosh. Welcome to the real-time experience. Oh. Demonstrating content in real time. Hell yeah. Oh, here it is. Oh my god. It's a man walking to the other side. Oh, so crazy. So crazy. What? What? There's the PT door. My god. This was fucking stupid. This was fucking stupid. Oh my god. The wild goose chase. And I hated it. Fucking, I am an idiot. I truly was an idiot when this was releasing. I feel fucking stupid falling for this. And at first, I didn't fall for it, but I got into the hype, and I wanted to believe. I just wanted a new Silent Hill game, but guess what? Silent Hill is back. We got Silent Hill 2 Remake. We're getting Silent Hill Townfall. We got Silent Hill F. Silent Hill is back, and it's doing okay. I mean, so far, we've got only 2 good games. Silent Hill 2 Remake and Silent Hill F. I liked the short message. I thought it was good. But compared to the other 2, it wasn't as great. And Ascension was just garbage. And the movie, haven't watched it yet, but I don't hear good things about it. But we just want a new Silent Hill thing. And I wanted to believe this was Silent Hill. I'm glad I no longer have to fucking believe this is Silent Hill. Because we got Silent Hill. We're getting Silent Hill Townfall, which I'm very excited for. Very excited for. This was not it. This was bullshit and stupid. And I hope to never see Amanda again. I hope it's the last time I see Amanda. I hope it is. I hope it is, because this was absolutely stupid. But you know what? You know what? I am, again, happy for, like, the views and stuff. That's the one thing I think was good out of this whole experience. But besides that, because I'm a small channel and I only get around 50 to 200 views. So getting like 7,000 views was absolutely fucking crazy. It was absolutely crazy. But having to be a part of Abandoned's history is not something I wanted to be a part of, and honestly, I do hope it just stays abandoned. But if you like this video, please do give it a like, and tell me what you thought about the whole abandoned experience in the comments down below. This is another episode of my podcast, which is on my second channel, exclusively on Jarvey Rocks 2. So do subscribe to this channel. But also in the link in the description will be to my main channel, which is just Jarvey Rocks. I post a lot of content, edited content and stuff, of gameplay and all that. So do subscribe to that, link in the description. It's Jarvey Rock here on YouTube. But I also have a Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/JarveyRocks. That is twitch.tv/JarveyRocks. That is twitch.tv/JarveyRocks. So please do give me a follow on my Twitch. Link in the description. Again, it's twitch.tv/JarveyRocks. Twitch.tv/JarveyRocks. So please do give me a follow. I stream video games, game events, and I even do stream this podcast. So I would appreciate it. At the moment, it is on hold for at least a month. So I still will be streaming. And hey, if Abandoned ever releases, I'll stream it on Twitch. It's not going to. But if it does, then I'll stream it. But it's not going to. So, yeah. Yeah, just... No, I don't think it's ever going to release. If it does, I'll stream it on Twitch, and I'll post it on my main channel, Jarvey Rocks, so link in the description. And this channel will just be for more where I want to talk about gaming news and stuff. Maybe once in a while I'll talk about gaming news on my main channel, but right now this will be whether I talk about gaming news and stuff. But at the moment I just kind of putting everything on hold. So everything's on hold for the time being, but hey, don't worry, it will come back. I just gotta wait until I get my new gaming computer. So do not worry. But I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.